welcome back to another figure review. Today we're going back to our DC roots and we're going to be looking at the Dr. Harleen, Quinzel, Electrocutioner and Lady Shiva Arkham Origins action figure set. Before we begin, let's take a look at the packaging. You can see there's the Batman Arkham Origins logo at the top, as well as it says Arkham Origins, Dr. Harleen, Quinzel, Electrocutioner and Lady Shiva. There's a nice big window displaying the action figures and their accessories. On the top we had a Batman logo, which is see-through, just for a little bit of a design. On the side we have an image of Batman from the game. On the back we have the figures that you can get. In this set you get Dr. Harleen, Quinzel, Lady Shiva and the Electrocutioner. However, the other Arkham Origins figures you can get are Red Hood, Copperhead, Deathstroke, Batman Origins Batman, Arkham Origins Joker, Arkham Origins Black Mask, Arkham Origins Bane, Arkham Origins Deadshot, Deathstroke, Killer Croc, Anarchy and Firefly. All fantastic figures that I would love to get my hands on, especially that Joker and that Batman, as well as the Deathstroke from this set. They all look fantastic, but anyway, let's take a look at the figures themselves. So here's all three figures out of their packaging, but let's take a look at the Queen of Gotham herself. You can see just from this shot that she's a beautifully painted figure. She has really nice skin, really nice pristine looking glasses. Her lipstick is a nice colour red, as well as the bleach blonde hair that she has. Going round to the back of her head, you can see that this hair sculpt continues with the nice hair strands and beautiful paint. Going down you can see she has a white coat and a red shirt. On there she also has an ID badge, which we'll take a closer look at later. She has a little holly sign on her, a little holly pin on her, and as well as nice button material on her shirt and a little pen detail on her white coat. Moving down, she has the iconic Harley Quinn logo on her belt in gold and black there, as well as just a normal black skirt that looks rather nice displayed on her. Going down she has nice grey tights as well as red shoes with black soles. They have high heels, which makes her usually hard to stand. However, she does stand really well. Other than that, that is the main detail on the figure. It's a fantastically detailed figure. Let's take a look at that badge on her a little bit closer, and then we'll look at her articulation. You can see from this shot that there is detail on the badge with a little image, and it even says security with a little barcode. I can't tell who the image is actually supposed to be of, but it does have a look of Jim Gordon. If anybody knows who this badge is supposed to be of, let me know in the comments below. But let's take a look at her articulation. Starting off with this figure, her head does rotate the full 360 degrees. Her arm does a full 90 degrees and is a ball joint, so you can put it out to the side. She also has 360 at the bicep, a 90 degree bend at the elbow and a slight wrist articulation. She has slight waist articulation, but mine is very stiff and hindered by the coat. Her legs can kick forward and kick back, but again they are hindered by the skirt. She can do 90 at the knee and has no foot articulation. So for articulation she is actually pretty limited. However, her head is on a ball joint, which makes it even more fantastic and more posable. For articulation she does lack in articulation compared to some other DC figures. However, the detail makes up for the lack of it. Without further ado, now let's move on to look at Lady Shiva. Lady Shiva is a fantastically detailed figure and a great addition to any DC collector's collection. As you can see from her hair, it is again straight black. There is a nice face sculpt that looks relatively similar to any comics. I'm not actually sure who these particular people are based on. I'm presuming they are the comic versions. Going down you can see that she has nice gold buckles going over, really keeping her to that very Chinese, Japanese style of design. And on the back she also has a black buckle on her, what I'd call a little jacket. Going down on her arms, you can see on this arm she actually has like a tie thing around her wrist and a glove with some skin showing. This hand is fisted so that she can hold her accessory. Going down we have these nice little ties which do work fantastically with the dress, but I just hope they don't get in her way when she's fighting. On her knees she has nice little red stripes. They do look very much like gym pants. And then of course she has these boots with very little detail on it. Overall, Lady Shiva looks fantastic. She does have a lot less detail than Harley Quinn does, however it is very basic for the price cost of these three figures, which I'll reveal towards the end of the video. She is a fantastically detailed figure. Her torso is beautifully detailed, her face is beautifully detailed, and she does come with her sword that she can fight with. So anyway, let's take a look at her articulation. Her head can do a full 360 degrees, just like Harley Quinn. Her arm can come slightly out to the side, like the Harley Quinn figure, as well do the 360 backwards. She's also capable of doing a full 360 degrees at the bicep, as well as doing the 90 degree at the elbow. She can also do a 360 degrees at her wrist, like so. Moving down, she can kick forward slightly and kick backwards more. She can do a 90 degree bend at the knee and can do 360 degrees at her boot. Finally, before we take a look at the accessories, let's take a look at the big daddy that comes in this figure pack. This is of course the Arkham Origins Electrocutioner. Of course, all these figures are based on the video games versions, which I presume are based on the actresses that did the motion capture for Arkham Origins. His face very much has gone very Harvey Dent, as it is very Two-Face. I'm not sure how his face got like that, but I'm presuming he was electrocuted. Moving down, he does have these nice Dalek looking balls on his chest, as well as some wires that are attached to his arms and go further down his leg. Onto the back, he also does have somewhere where it plugs in, but I'll show you that on the way down a little bit later on. He has a red pattern and a very black wash over the top of his torso, just to make him look very much like high voltage. Moving down, you can see that he has more wires, as well as these little electric battery packs attached to him, as well as somewhere for it to plug into his back. I'm not sure what role this plays in the game, as I've not played it. However, it is a fantastically detailed figure for his lower torso. Moving down to his legs, you can see the wires continue to his knee joints. I'm just not sure how they're going to hinder the articulation. He does again have these little balls on his knee pads and has these nice big black looking military boots that really look like if you got kicked by him, you die. He very much looks like a big daddy. Overall, this is a fantastically, beautifully detailed figure. It's one of the best figures I've ever looked at detail-wise, just as much as the Freddy Krueger action figure. And the Lady Shiva and Harley Quinn do lack in a little bit of detail, but this guy has the detail running all through his body. It's fantastic. But let's take a look at his articulation. His head can move 360, however it is hindered by his collar, so can only move side to side and up and down. His arm is not ball jointed, but can move out slightly and can do the full 360 degrees. Because this one is actually on a ball joint. He can do a full 360 degrees at his wrist. His legs can kick forward and backwards, just as the other two can. His legs can't move out as he cannot do the splits. He does have a 90 degree double jointed knee on his right leg, as well as a 360 degree spin at the boot. However, on his left leg, although he has a double jointed knee, I am afraid that the wire will hinder it with the first joint. Overall, the Electrocution figure has some fantastic detail attached to him, some fantastic articulation. So let's take a look at his accessories. His accessories are actually open hands, or relatively more open hands. They don't have any more detail on them other than the hands he's currently on, apart from the fact the wire is not connected to this. I'll show you how they look on him in a short second. Again, like I say, there is two of these so that you can swap them both off so that he can have relatively open hands. Maybe he wants to pick someone up rather than punch them with 1,000 volts of electricity. As you can see now, I've now swapped his hands, and you can see that he now has these big electric hands ready to squeeze you to death and put 1,000 volts through you. One of the other accessories we get with his action figure set is Dr. Harleen Quinzel's clipboard. Again, it is just a brown bit of plastic with a little bit of detail on top, and fits in her hand. As you guys can see from here, she's now got the clipboard in hand, and she can go and see the Joker himself. The last accessory we get is the katana that Lady Shiva has. I believe it's a katana, correct me if I'm wrong, but of course Lady Shiva is very similar to the katana character from the comics. On this sword you can see there's a nice little yellow hook at the top, which would obviously have string usually through it. There's nice little red dots painted on the handle, as well as the golden cover. I forget what it's actually called, I think it's called the guard. As well as this nice sheath with a little bit of red plastic here to give it a little bit of detail. You can slide the sword out to reveal this beautiful katana blade. This katana looks awesomely cool in her hand, and I have to say it's a great addition to have as an accessory of a DC action figure. The only downside is that if she's in a fight, well, chances are she's losing that sheath, as she has no way to attach it to her, so she just has to carry it around in her hand. It would have been nice if there was a little clip maybe to stick it on her belt, or maybe somewhere to put it on her back, but unfortunately that's not the case. However, it does look fantastic in her hand. So overall, what do I think of this set? Well, it's a fantastic set. It's a great addition to any DC collectors. I actually managed to pick this up for around $17.99 at a British shop called Home Bargains. However, I believe you could probably find it on Amazon for about that price, maybe a little bit more. Personally, I think for the detail, the articulation and the accessories you're getting in this set, it's worth way more than $17.99. I'd go up as paying to £30–40 for a set like this, especially when you can buy some massive sets for really expensive amount of monies on Amazon and other websites. But without further ado, that is the Electrocutioner, Dr. Harleen, Quinzel and Lady Shiva figure set from Arkham Origins, the video game. They are fantastic figures with fantastic articulation, and I'd recommend them. So out of 10, I give them a fantastic 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, go hit that subscribe button below. Leave a like down below if you haven't already. And of course, go over to the dockerleonard.dizzyjam.com and get some Midnight merch there. The great thing about Midnight merch is it doesn't even show my brand. You don't have to advertise it, you watch me. But it's a cool looking plain t-shirt with a nice logo on it. So if anything, you're only paying it for the Midnight logo. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye for now, guys. Goodbye.